Well, with that, let's move on in the bulletin and tell you how there is no doubt about it anymore. Well, Congress has stitched an unofficial alliance with the SDPI in its desperate bid to defeat the BJP in Karnataka. After repeated denials by the Congress, now comes yet another admission from the political arm of the banned terror outfit PFI. Not only has the SDPI admitted that it has withdrawn its candidates to favour the Congress and JDS, but also that it will carry out door-to-door campaigns for the so-called secular front. Listen in.
Initially, we have planned to contest in 100 places, but after that we have dropped that plan because the field is very fertile for the Congress and BJP can lose the election in this time. And because of that, we have decided to contest very in limited seats. Let the BJP defeat in Karnataka and let the other parties capture power in Karnataka. That was our intention, and because of that, we have dropped the other places and we limited our seats only for 16 places. Yeah, see, actually, we are contesting 16 seats. You know, out of these 224. The remaining 208 seats are there. So in that, you know, we told our, the workers, the members of the SDPI, to work for the, winning secular candidates. Secular candidates, in the sense, either it may be Congress or it may be JDS. So they will going to door to door and they will going to campaigning in favor of this secular party, you know, that definitely helps the other secular parties to win this election.
So after its mass slips, Congress President openly calls SDPI a secular party and welcomes its support to the Congress. Listen in.
It is their desire. How can I say? See, if anybody wants to support, let them support or oppose. Every party has got freedom. So I never asked or nobody approached me. Therefore, I'm not interested. But secular parties throughout country should become one. If any secular party, political party is ready to help us, welcome. But people who believes in this conservative views or some their own agenda, that type of we don't agree.
Well, none other than Prime Minister Modi himself has lashed out at the Congress for taking the crutches of hate to cling to power. Listen in.
जो लोग कर्नाटका में आतंक फैलाने की साजिश में गिरफ्तार होते हैं, कांग्रेस उन्हें बचाने के लिए मैदान में आ जाती है। ये सच्चाई है कि नहीं है? ऐसे लोगों को कांग्रेस बचाती है कि नहीं बचाती है? अगर ऐसे लोगों को बचाएंगे तो शांति आएगी क्या? रिवर्स गियर कांग्रेस दूसरी दिशा में चलती है और ऐसे ही एंटी नेशनल लोगों से चुनावी मदद लेती है।
Well, ironically, while the Congress compares the Bajrang Dal to the PFI, it has continued to court and even patronize the PFI in the past. Of course, the SDPI is, after all, the political front of the PFI. So let's remind you how 2022 in Rajasthan, under the Gehlot government, it had allowed the PFI unity march to carry out in Kota. In 2020, Rahul Gandhi himself had offered to help PFI Siddiqui Kappan by offering fiscal financial help to Siddiqui Kappan's family. In 2020, you had SDPI voting for the Congress candidates elected as the president and the vice president. This happened for the polls which were held in Bantwal municipal in Karnataka. Then in 2020, you have the Tiruvalla municipal polls in Karnataka, in Kerala, where you have the Congress-led UDF receiving support of the SDPI. In fact, in 2020, you had the DJ Halli, and we seem to have gone a bit forward with the graphics. You had the DJ Halli riots, remember, where you had the PFI hand which had hit and even had razed down the home of one of the Congress MLAs, A.S. Murthy. Despite the fact that A.S. Murthy was targeted, he was denied a ticket this time around in the 2023 state polls. And of course, 2019, you have the secret meeting which happened in Kerala between Congress ally, this was IUML, with the SDPI members. 2018 Karnataka Assembly polls, SDPI even now claims that it had withdrawn 25 candidates in order to favour the Congress. In fact, even then, Elyas Thumbe had said that it was a move to transfer all the SDPI votes to the Congress. In 2017, even in the Gujarat elections, SDPI gave logistical support to Congress's ally, Jignesh Mevani. In fact, they gave him a cheque which was handed over to him as well. We have a picture of that. 2015, you had, ahead of the Karnataka polls, the then Karnataka Congress government dropped 175 cases which were lodged against the PFI. The cadres were booked for very serious offences such as rioting, as well as several other offences like hurting and damaging state, state funds as well, which is why these are serious crimes that they were managed to let off by the Congress government. So let me go across to Meenakshi. Meenakshi, it's very interesting that you have a series of how Congress has been courting the PFI. However, now they are even calling it's rather political front, the SDPI, a secular front. Deepak is also joining us. Deepak, it's very interesting to note Congress, which all along had said that we have no such understanding, no such secret pact with the SDPI. Today you have its own president coming out and saying we welcome this secular support.
Well, it's interesting how the Congress is looking at this. While, of course, the SDPI is outrightly saying that we are going to back secular parties like the Congress and the JDS, they've decided not to contest the seats that they wanted to, about 100 out of the 224 assembly seats here in Karnataka. They're saying that, backing is going to be given. Now, the Congress is saying all secular parties must come together and, fight against the BJP. But while in their manifesto, they say that we want to ban the PFI, where now the SDPI being a political arm, while they of course extend their support, we didn't hear the Congress president outrightly say that we do not want, the support of the SDPI. He in turn, plays around with words there, and towards the end, of course, makes a mention that if there is any organization or party that has a conservative thought process and has its own agenda, we do not want that. But also we should note here that in the past as well, we've seen the SDPI state president say that several Congress and the JDS legislators have approached for support, though there is no understanding in this particular election. Also, we've heard statements come from Elyas Thumbe himself earlier that last time around senior Congress leaders had approached for support, and they had withdrawn a lot of nominations earlier as well for the 2018 election. Now we are once again looking at a very similar situation. So for electoral gains, is the Congress okay with the support that the SDPI is willing to give them? That's a question that comes up. We've seen multiple reactions coming from the Congress party saying that they have not approached them. This is SDPI saying what they want to, and if it benefits the BJP, we are not to blame here because we have not approached them at all. So we really have to see how things pan out and how this issue, of course, which has been raked up by the Prime Minister himself, will whether it will benefit the BJP or benefit the Congress party.
Absolutely. However, when Deepak spoke exclusively to none other than Mallikarjun Kharge, he himself said that we welcome the support of secular parties. So for Congress, it seems SDPI is a secular party. Many would argue that after all, it is only PFI which has been banned and not the SDPI, which is the political wing for it. So, Meenakshi, I'm going to come over to you. Can you explain to us why it's dangerous to take the crutches of a body affiliated to the PFI, which is the SDPI for the Congress party? What does the court said? What have investigating bodies said about this political wing?
Well, absolutely, Meghna. Now, today, the Congress may try to give a secular certificate to the SDPI. Obviously, it helps them electorally. But look at the checkered past of the PFI, its political wing, SDPI, and it will give us a broader understanding as to why one needs to be wary of the same. Now, many, have called it extremist fringe. What did the Kerala High Court say? May 2022, the observation of the Kerala High Court, and we are only going to read it verbatim. No doubt, PFI and also SDPI are extremist organizations. This is what the Kerala High Court had to say in May 2022. In fact, there are many such observations. If we keep looking at them one after the other, as far as the courts are concerned, the courts have time and again indicted the SDPI, the political wing of the PFI, which is now banned. The court also said SDPI, PFI are indulging in serious acts of violence. This was the Kerala High Court's observation. Kerala High Court also said that all the same, they are not banned organization. Back then, of course, PFI was not banned. As of now, it is. SDPI is still not banned. What did the NIA charge sheet say about the PFI and SDPI? It said, and I quote, probe establishes that 5 arrested persons are members of PFI and its affiliated political organization, SDPI. SDPI being ostensibly and clearly named in that charge sheet which was filed by the NIA. So it isn't just the PFI but also the SDPI. It also goes on to say that probe establishes that 5 arrested persons are members of PFI and its affiliated political organization, the SDPI. So time and again, SDPI has been indicted, has been named, not just in charge sheets which have been filed by the NIA, but court observations as well, as we just showed you. Meghna, back to you.
Very significant for us to remember as we track the secret pact, as many are calling it, between the Congress and the SDPI. Meanwhile, big breaking news which is coming in. The BJP has slammed the Congress, saying that it's very clear that the SDPI and the Congress have an arrangement.
So far, there were only internal talks that Congress and SDPI have an alliance. But today, I was watching your channel and Elyas Thumbe, the National General Secretary of SDPI, has come on record and said that first we were contesting 100 seats. Now we are leaving all those seats and contesting only 16 because to defeat BJP, we want Congress to be strengthened, and that we will also do door-to-door campaigning for so-called secular parties like Congress Party and JDS. This means that there is a formalization of their arrangement. They want to put those who chant Bajrang Bali ki Jai in jail. And on the other hand, the political outfit of PFI, which has been banned by BJP government, they want to give it political, legal recognition and legitimacy.